We've got a quick demonstration showing how easy it is to integrate IBM Watson Workspace and Buzzy. So the first scenario we'll look at, this is going to be a part of a series of demos, but the first scenario we'll look at adding the Buzzy app to the workspace and how it can then start to recommend applications based on the conversation that's happening in the workspace. So very quickly, we've got a fictitious group over here. They're a sales and marketing team. They're going to be traveling to a conference soon, and we're going to add Buzzy in and see what it can add to help improve the interaction between these users in the group. So the first thing we'll do is let's just go to the apps. We'll add Buzzy in, so we just click on it, scroll down over here, we'll click Add App. That app's now added to the workspace. And then depending on the conversation that happens, this is obviously we've just started this workspace for the purpose of the demo, but depending on the conversation that's happening between the team, we can add various different bits of conversation to this. Now, one of the things, so the user just wrote over here, I just remembered we need to organize travel to the sales conference. So one of the challenges that this team's got to do is they need to organize, let's say, a team of 10 people all traveling to the sales conference, making sure everybody's on the same page. They need to know when they're getting in. So you can see that Watson has recognized this intent. And if we click on it, we'll see over here, it's generated this slash command for us. And if I click on that, we'll get a series of templates that might be able to help us. So things like travel requests, travel to conference group, that seems pretty relevant. There's some other ones over here as well. And obviously, depending on the particular topic, you might get a series of apps. So we'll just click Create Application. So what this will do is this will actually create an application on the Buzzy server. And if we look at the screen on the left-hand side, we'll see that it's going to pop up in a second. There we can see it. So this will be a conference travel group and today's date. So, and we can just click on that link, but for the demo purposes, I've already got that open. So let's just open that up. So we can see that we've now got a template. We'll just wait for the screen to refresh, where we can do things like we can share the itineraries between the teams. So we know when each team member's getting into, they've got to travel, let's say, to Las Vegas, when they're getting in. Things like they can share session notes and conference news. Now, this can be totally customized. So you can add content or applications and that to it, but we won't go into that for this particular demo. So for this one, just to round out this first part of the demo, what we're going to do is we're just going to now allow everybody to record and persist some data that might be useful for people to visit again and again. And that's the difference between this conversation which goes on, which becomes like a threaded message, which it might be 500 messages ago. We talked about when people are getting on flights and that, where we can save all that information in the same space. So we're going to write over here. So I'm going to write Adam. This is when I arrive in Vegas. This is when I leave. Let's just put it over here. So we'll just put 12th. We can say that I'm going to be staying at, let's say, the MGM Grand. We can put that in. We can insert that. We might also have things like checklists in here. Things like, my flight's booked, my hotel's booked, I haven't paid for the conference ticket yet, and we can submit that. So we can see now that information persists in there. Gloria might come in, or one of the other team members might add in, let's say when Gloria's coming in, so she gets in on, let's say, a different date. She also leaves on a different date. And this type of information might be useful for, but she's staying at the, she's going to be staying at the, let's say, the Luxor. Here we go. So she's staying at the Luxor, in Las Vegas. And again, this information might be relevant. So when the team gets together, they know when each other are coming in, and they can connect for meetings and so on. So we'll submit that. So that's the end of this demo. The next demo will go on how we can actually query this information and interact with it from the conversation. So thanks for watching, and please watch the next one.